When we talk about people who being miserable, a lot of time it's because they don't know how much longer. If there's an end date or an end reason that you're doing this, and the courage to stop when you actually get there, I strongly believe that that is true happiness. Is don't just be the reactive recipient of what the school and university is teaching you, but make sure that you look beyond to educate yourself. Have a protagonist mindset to learn something more. If you only take what is available in the curriculum and what the professor is teaching you, that's basically all you know. And everybody who graduates in that year, you know equally the same. It wasn't fun. I realized that it wasn't fun. So I recalibrated with myself again that do I really want to work with them? To work with you 9 to 5, where it now has even more pressure because we're paid to do this and it's not a class anymore. So I changed my mind and I searched the happiest place to work. Nonetheless, even if you prepare your best during an interview, what helps me a lot is me being me. The fact that you be yourself and they pick you because of you is the best relationship ever. And we should just be myself.
นัตตี้สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ครับ Welcome to AM Hour.
What an honor to be here.
So first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself, who you are in your own version.
Okay. สวัสดีค่ะ Natty กัญญาณัฐ ปิติเจริญนะคะ What I'm currently doing is I'm reading 100 books a year, and I am an author of a Facebook page called Beauty and the Book, which is also available on Instagram, which is Beauty and the จุดต้องมีจุด book. I'm also a global employee. I'm working with a global company all my life. And very much been privileged in terms of education and different opportunities in careers.
So this episode, I target a lot of people who aspire to be like you, meaning that have financial independence, also possible to retire early before 40, let's say. But more importantly, I want to know that how you get here from the start.
Of course. So I started with communication arts major at Chulalongkorn University, and I did a master's at Cambridge University. And then I got the privilege to work at Google Singapore, Facebook Thailand, Shopee, and right now with a global dating app.
So that was you when you were younger, big book nerds.
Big book nerds.
Uh-huh.
Big book nerds, and also in my university years, in my high school and university years, from doing all the different competitions, I realized that one of the skill set that I have is communication. So in high school, there was this competition called English Speaking Union, ESU, which is still existing today. So I became a Thailand representative of that year to go compete in London, compete in public speaking across all the different high school kids representing all the rest of the country. And I got second place. So that was my first global trophy, like my first global badge that makes me realize that I can speak on a global level. I'm not just good in Thailand. I'm good on a global level. I got the song. So there's something good here that I could definitely work with. Then in Jula, when I was in communication arts major, I also did extracurricular activity, which is debate club, โต้วาทีภาษาอังกฤษ and was able to represent not only Chulalongkorn University, but also Thailand as a country to compete globally as well. So every single year, there's a world debate championship. It changes every country all the time. Back then, my year, it was in Botswana. And our goal is to make sure that Thailand doesn't get a lower rank. Higher is good. Parity is okay. But don't put Thailand lower. Luckily, we were paired. It was so hard. But it was such an honor to meet exceptional speaker from everywhere and competing in real time. PM, I don't know whether you know how debate competition works, but you basically get the motion, which is the topic of argument, what we're talking about, 30 minutes before you start. So the motion goes on screen 30 minutes, and then you do a coin flip on whether your government side, like supporting the motion, or opponent side is against the motion. 30 minutes to prepare, 7 minutes to speak. Go. It was wow. And like, Harvard was there, Oxford was there, Cambridge was there, and we are Chulalongkorn University, Thailand was there. The pride and the drive to win was really high. Did my best. Every single year, we're still trying to raise that rank until today.
So if people ask you like what would be some of your advice to give to the people that want to be in your level, to be in a global stage, what are some advice that you want to give to the people, especially like people in high school or university?
Now looking back, I feel like our education system has a certain structure that certain times could be old-fashioned and outdated. If I were to give any advice to anyone, is don't just be the reactive recipient of what the school and university is teaching you, but make sure that you look beyond to educate yourself, have a protagonist mindset to learn something more. I think in high school, spending those days reading the encyclopedia in the library allows me to see more things than what was taught in the curriculum. In the same way, when I was in communication arts, Chulalongkorn University, being in debate club opens me to political science students, and also doing business cases opens me to business administration students. So I was able to see more than what the curriculum is assigned. Nonetheless, if we on the flip side, if you only take what is available in the curriculum and what the professor is teaching you, that's basically all you know. And everybody who graduates in that year, you know equally the same. But I became different because I am in public speaking, I am in debate, I am in business cases with different faculties, and I was able to see the world in a more holistic manner and more complex manner than if it was just one size fit all.
So you went to Jula and then you went to Cambridge.
Yes.
How did you end up there?
Okay. Initially, when I went to communication arts, I wanted to be a TV broadcaster, like a TV news broadcaster. Ideally, I really want to do BBC News and Al Jazeera News. But the moment I went in communication arts major, everyone's so pretty, PM. So pretty. So I knew that I'm going to lose this competition for sure. Everybody was stunningly beautiful. So I started to hang out with political science, debate club, and also business cases, which is business administration faculty, and also the engineering faculty, seeing more stuff. Back then, any smart person would need to join MBB or a consulting firm, either one of them. But I wasn't able to apply. Like I apply and I would get a rejection almost immediately because of communication arts curriculum. There's no math classes. There's no economics. There's no finance classes in the CV, in the curriculum per se. So they don't accept me even for the first interview. So I needed to change my resume as soon as possible. And the fastest way is to do a master's degree. Even more double down, the fastest way is to do a master's degree in UK, because UK is only 1 year, but in the US it's 2 years. Then mother being mother, who only wants the best, says that if you're going to UK, there's only 2 universities that she's going to pay for, which is Oxford and Cambridge. Luckily, I got Cambridge. So I did the 1 year like MBA in Cambridge to change my resume. This course is amazing. It's called MPhil in Management. It's made for people like me. It's made for people who wants to join MBB, but your bachelor degree doesn't have the right classes. So you come here 9 months in, take the final. They kind of guarantee that you would get a job offer from MBB almost instantly. Surprisingly, they were able to do exactly what they said. Like 6 months in, 60% of the class already has an offer. And this whole 1 year, this course, they prepare you to be MBB certified. So every Friday, you get a case. You work like all day or night. You don't sleep. Present the case on Monday. And then next week, change team, random team, do it all over again. New case to prepare yourself for MBB. Surprisingly, in that class, over 100 people was there in my year. 60% got an offer from MBB. It was a bad year for the UK, so they were not looking for students who doesn't have a working visa per se. Throughout this whole process of working in groups and preparing all the cases, these people are the ones who's going to end up working in MBB. And they're not nice people. And not really nice people to work with. Like maybe the stress of it, of having to do a case at such a young age, having not being able to sleep, different priorities are, it wasn't fun. I realized that it wasn't fun. So I recalibrated with myself again that do I really want to work with them? Do I really want to join MBB to meet you again? To work with you 9 to 5, where it now has even more pressure because we're paid to do this and it's not a class anymore. So I changed my mind and I searched the happiest place to work. I think I want to focus on happiness instead of what people believe where smart people should go. Back then, the result was Facebook and Google, and I got Facebook Dublin and Google Singapore. Like any first jobber, you ask your mom. So I asked my mom, Facebook Dublin, Google Singapore. My mom said, where is Dublin? And that's why I have to go to Google Singapore. So that was the start of the journey and trying to rethink my perception on work, that work should be a happy, fun place, not just a place to justify your right of being smart.
From your educational journey, to be considered working with like top companies like Facebook and Google, do you think what attribute is most important, and how did you get that skills, like along your educational journey?
When you apply to join any company, the recruitment process is an interview. So you need to nail the interview. First and foremost, you need to nail the interview. I practice a lot. I practice a lot in researching who the interviewer is. And also, some of the question is already available on Glassdoor. So you could already check those questions and prepare an answer. Because nobody could answer an interview question like instantly and look smart. Nobody. So it's all prepared. It's all prepped. Even to the point of memorization. You need to be a fortune teller. And you need to forecast what this interviewer would ask. And then prepare an answer already. So I would prepare that, okay, if I'm interviewing PM probably asks this 10 question. I have already prepared 10 answers. And then PM actually asked number 11 that I didn't prepare. But I'm going to answer with my number 9 answer because it's kind of similar. So the only way to nail an interview is nothing is live. Everything has been prepared. And preparation is definitely key. Nonetheless, even if you prepare your best during an interview, what helps me a lot is me being me. A lot of times when you interview and you study the culture of those companies, you try to fit into that company. But we have to understand that it's kind of like a relationship as well. The fact that you be yourself and they pick you because of you is the best relationship ever. And we should just be myself. Luckily, be myself is extrovert, happy, sunshine, energetic, ตื่นเต้น อยากทำ like สู้ passionate. Surprisingly, these companies are looking for that. There are companies who are not looking for that too. I could name so many companies that don't like extrovert, don't like energy, don't like redefine the norm, don't like passionate. So that's fine. But I am this, and surprisingly, not surprisingly, but rightfully, Google and Facebook was looking for people like that. So me being me was the best thing that they choose. Now going in, immediately going to Google and Facebook, one thing that they don't teach you at all is the moment that you start working, your world would suddenly become smaller. The whole idea, the book range about generalists as well, is the moment you start working from a generalist who knows so many things, you would be trained by the company to be very good with only specific things. So your world does become smaller and smaller and smaller. This is a trap. This is a trap that your career path suddenly goes smaller and smaller and smaller. You were a specialist in ad format, like advertising format. So then you could only go on to advertising roles. So smaller. This is a trap. PM, this is a trap. We have to be very, very careful about this. The best way to do this is we cannot change the company. Company like specialized people because it's more lean, more efficient. But we have to always make sure that we expand our scope. to do this in Thailand or to do this anywhere, there's many ways to do this. So we could enroll in online trainings, online trainings in any topic that interests us. That is non-work related would be best. We could join C-level courses, extracurricular activity courses outside. We could definitely read books on our own or join workshop to make sure that, yes, in our 9 to 5, we are specialized as per what the company wants us to be. But in our daily life, we still know a wider range of things to keep our opportunity always open.
So you've been working for 12 years?
So far, 12 years.
And therefore, global leading company.
Yes.
And what did you get from that 12 years and where you are now and what's your next goal?
If we take a step back a little bit, at Facebook, I would have a conversation called career conversation. It is required by Facebook that all Facebook manager every single year needs to have a one-on-one talk with your -1 to have a conversation about career goals. So my manager asked me, where do you see yourself in 10 years time? At 24 years old. So I'm like, where do I see myself in 10 years time at 24 years old? I don't know. Let me think about it and get back to you. PM, have you been to Singapore?
Yes.
Okay, Singapore is such a lonely island. I'm so sorry to say. It's a very lonely island. And as a first jobber who's sexy, energetic, sunshine, happy, the application that I felt most connected to was this online dating app that I was using. It gave me a reason to live. So I went back and I said, I really want to be country manager of this online dating app. That is my ultimate goal. I remember my manager laughing. And I remember my colleagues laughing as well. Country manager to take care of all the singles in Thailand. Everybody was laughing because it seems impossible and it seems like a joke. But I really, really felt that way. So now that I got this role for the last 4 years, I need to recalibrate a lot about life because I got it. It's like a kid who wanted to go to Disneyland. And I did. I am in Disneyland. I got what I wanted all my life. So what is life's end goal, really? If we go back to everything that I like reading. I like being in library. I like learning new things. That doesn't have to be academic all the time. I like speaking. I like happiness. So I think my next step may not come in a form of a 9 to 5 anymore. May not come in the form of a monthly salary anymore. I don't know just yet. I'm still exploring. I'm learning a lot from all the classes, like C-level courses that I'm doing, getting to see all the seniors or all the other leaders, how they lead their life. Like, how would you know what you want if you don't see what are all the opportunities out there? So I got to meet so many different people, learn about their lives, and also recalibrate and reflect in my brain whether their life is something that I want. So far, roughly from what I see, I read this article that said, PM, do you know what is the opposite of happiness?
I was going to say unhappiness, but that's too...
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. What is the opposite of happiness? A lot of people would say unhappiness or sadness. But this article is saying, after they did the research, they're saying that the opposite of happiness is excitement. They did a research of like asking people like, how's your life? How would you explain your life with one adjective? People would say it's exciting. Like, I'm in the stock market. It's like, bullish trend, or like crypto, new AI. It's exciting. Like, my life is exciting. But if you ask those people a follow-up question on whether they are happy, they would say actually they are not. So the article is trying to make a case that the opposite of happiness is not sadness, but the opposite of happiness is excitement. Then who is happy? Surprisingly, from the research, the person who is happy is actually farmers. So farmers who has a routine, simple, unexcited life quote the highest in terms of happiness. I think our end goal, the reason why we are all born here, is to be happy in your own definition of what that is. I don't know where would I end up just yet, but I would love to move away from the opposite of excitement I would love to move to happiness in a sense of routine, calm, or stillness or presence. Don't know yet. Must stay tuned.
There are so many people that, like want to be in your place where they are happy with their work and make a decent pay. What are some key tips that you want to give to people?
Not just fresh grads, but to everyone. What is important is to know how much is enough. Luckily, I set my goal that I wanted to work in this global dating app and be the country manager, managing, take Cupid, taking care of all the singles in Thailand. I got it. I am enough. You need to know when to stop. If we imagine, PM, if you ran a marathon and you hit the finish line, you finished the marathon. If you continue running, you will look kind of silly. People, you stop running. Same thing. I think for career as well, we need to know when to stop. You need to know when is enough, or else you will never be happy because you don't know how much and how long. When we talk about people being miserable, a lot of time it's because they don't know how much longer. If there's an end date or an end reason that you're doing this, and the courage to stop when you actually get there, I think I strongly believe that is true happiness. To know when to end a chapter, to know when to close the book. If you go back to reading a book, if you go to the last page, you need to stop. And that is the fun of a book, because it's done. Same way with life. If we know when certain relationship or certain ambition, certain journey to hit a certain target is complete, it is best to close the book, thank the book, thank yourself, know that you're enough, and it's done.
Is there anything you want to tell the people who want to be like you, basically? Like they want this career, they would be satisfied if they are 34 and have the career that you have, making the money that you made. Is there anything you want to tell them?
I did a lot of speaking with university students, and it's always comparative. Even with your questions just now. Your questions just now is people who wants to be like me. That means they themselves is not good enough. Today's world is very scary, and I don't want that to be the mindset for anyone at all. I want to tell anyone out there that your superpower is there's only one you, and that's your superpower. So whoever you are, there's only one you in 2 billion people in the world. So be the best version of you and invest in you. And that you could even be better than me or happier than me. Comparative suffering doesn't do anybody good. So let's not compare. I don't want you to be me. I want you to be you, the best version of you.
Oh, and that's a good ending to our conversation today. Thank you for coming to AM Hour.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ